Hey, what's good, everybody, and welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Dobie, and today I have an amazing guest, an amazing opportunity to speak with the president of the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation. Her name is Tanya Ramos, and she's doing some amazing things over there. Right now, we're talking about, well, to kick it off, we're going to talk about Disney and what they're doing with a new movie called Encanto to help buttress some scholarships and things like that, musical education, specifically in Colombia, I believe. So welcome.
Well, it'll benefit students in Colombia, but we work with students all around the globe.
Okay. Well, thank you for being with us. First of all, everybody knows about the Grammy Foundation. A lot of people aren't aware or don't pay attention to the Latin Grammy Foundation, but talk to us about the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation.
Absolutely. So Jerry, thank you again for having me. I was recently appointed the president at the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation 7 months ago, and it has been an amazing ride thus far. So for the benefit of your audience, the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation really exists to ensure educational equity, access, and success to students, music students from all around the globe. These are students that are generally under-resourced, and I like to say that we're able to fulfill their dreams for educational aspirations as well as their musical aspirations. And we've been in existence now for more than 7 years. We've awarded over $6 million in scholarships to students from around the globe, which is remarkable. We've donated over $600,000 in musical instruments to students and schools around the globe. And we're just getting started. We want to make sure that we're making investments where it counts, which is students that look like you and I who should have the right to a quality education, and making sure that we're continuing to invest in the arts, particularly in times like this where we oftentimes see that the investments are not to the degree that they should when there are challenging times.
You know, I appreciate that, and the work that you guys are doing. It's more the music, it's more the entertainment. It's really a way to bring people together. And I mean, entertainment and music specifically is a unifying factor across the globe. I mean, just
couldn't agree more.
Take a look at bachata and the way it's sweeping the nation right now, sweeping the globe right now. It's really huge. I was like, wow, okay, I'm down with salsa. I can merengue, you know, but bachata was
absolutely.
I might be a little old for bachata. I don't know.
Oh, stop.
I don't move like that anymore. I don't move like that.
Oh, come on. I can tell you have it in you. You need to stop. You know, music is a universal language, and I'm biased because, of course, I'm Latina, but Latin music, it gets into your soul, into your bones. It's just amazing music.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I classify Latin music as soul music as well, because it really reaches the same spot.
It does.
The same spot, right at the base of the spine. Everything starts moving.
I love that.
You do your best that you can.
Jerry, I'm borrowing that. Can I use that in my pitches moving forward? It starts right at the spine. I love that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk about Disney's involvement and how they came on board and what we're doing with Encanto.
I mean, I want to begin by saying that, as you mentioned early on, there are a number of folks that know about the great work of the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation, but so many that do not. And I want to credit and thank Disney for making this investment in our work, but more importantly, amplifying our work so that more folks recognize the impact that we're making around the globe. So with Encanto, for those of you who haven't seen the movie really stems from family, music, which we've said is a universal language, and then finding that sweet spot. What lights you up? What is your magical musical power? And for our students, we're looking to do that every day. And Encanto really aligned so beautifully with our mission and what we're trying to make in terms of our impact. And so Disney approached us and said, we were thrilled to hear that a number of ambassadors of the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation are currently involved in our movie. So like Lin-Manuel, Carlos Vives, to name a few, that have been supporting the foundation for a number of years. And they said, we want to make an investment in your work. We want to help create a pipeline of future Latin music creators. And we know that you guys are in the business of doing that, and we want to join forces. And we were thrilled because, as I shared, it really aligns beautifully with the work that we're doing. So we've had the benefit of not only having this amplification relative to the movie. Don't know if you had the chance to see the featurette where Lin-Manuel, Leguizamo, Carlos Vives, they make reference to the foundation, which is remarkable. So again, that brand amplification. And then more importantly, they donated a 6-figure gift that would be leveraged for our scholarship fund so that we can help more students get into college and succeed. And again, feed into that pipeline of future Latin music creators. So we could not be more grateful.
I did get a chance to watch the featurette.
Oh, did you? Great.
Yeah, I'll probably include it in the editorial part of this piece. We're going to highlight you, but most definitely I want people to see that. The animation is beautiful. Of course, it's coming from Disney.
Of course.
Getting a chance to hear from, Lin-Manuel Miranda as to who's actually the composer and writer of the film, as to the importance of what we're doing with the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation through the film. John Leguizamo, of course, and Stephanie Beatriz. Also, yes. Definitely, I enjoyed learning about it. I'm looking forward to learning more about and seeing what you're doing, because 7 months you came in, the internet revolution is in full swing.
Absolutely.
Social media is dominating. We're taking over. It's now tier 1 as far as news.
Agreed. Absolutely.
So talk to me about what you're doing to bring this, the Latin GRAMMY Cultural Foundation forward into that era.
I love that you mentioned that, because I think that's so key. There's no doubt in my mind that when I speak educational equity, when I speak diversity and making sure that students, regardless of the circumstances that they're born into, have access to a quality education, I have to believe that gets in your spine. That resonates with most people. And then you couple that with music and making sure that we're able to catapult these students into future careers in music, also, I think, resonates with folks. And so now, how do you bridge the gap, right, between the great work that we're doing and making sure that we're amplifying it? And you hit it on the nose. It's leveraging the internet. It's leveraging social media. And I will say that we have really tried to take that to the next level this year. We've done that with Disney. We've done that with a number of other companies that we've approached in an effort to, one, make that investment where it counts, right? That gift of education that keeps giving, while simultaneously being able to kind of align with their brand so that we can have further amplification. So we've done it with Disney. We recently secured a 6-figure grant as well as amplification with TikTok. Also secured support with JP Morgan, and all of it now tied into something that we created for the first time this year. And I'm sharing it with you and your listeners. Our first ever holiday campaign, 25 Days of Giving, the power of music and education. And this is in an effort to do just what you described a moment ago. How do we find ways to get the word out so that we're not the best kept secret? We want to make sure folks that are investing in philanthropy and education know about our work. And so with this 25-day giving campaign, we figured, why not tie in to holiday giving, right? We all know that we're trying to make a difference. We want to make the world better than what we found it. What better time than to do it now towards the end of the year with the holidays around us? And so we've identified these 25 days. Each company that has invested in our work, they are aligned with what we're calling a power day, right? So we have a number of power days during this Power of Music and Education campaign. And so TikTok is one of the companies that is amplifying our work. And then ultimately, we're looking to leverage their platform more to spread the word. And so we're trying to get with it, right? We recognize that the way to get to folks and for folks to really appreciate and understand the great work that we're doing, we have to meet them where they're at. And that's social media. That's no longer an afterthought. That's at the forefront. And I'm proud to say that we're trying to ride that wave as well.
25 days of giving, that's a long time. That's a huge commitment to the process. I understand we do like 15 issues of giving during the holiday season. So that salute to you, salute to the staff, people
Thank
who are
you.
putting together. That's an amazing commitment. It's amazing leadership in the entertainment industry. Hopefully some of these
Thank
other people
you.
will follow where you're leading them, most definitely.
Jerry, one thing I do want to also mention, we were
Yes.
able to secure in-kind support, because that's another piece, right?
Mhm.
You secure donations, you secure support from people of all walks in life that want to make a difference. And then you get that in-kind support, what I like to call free, right? So we were
Right.
able to secure a billboard in Times Square in New York, where I live.
Oh, that's dope.
And we're going to be amplifying the campaign on a billboard as well. So again, just finding different ways to show what you just said a moment ago, that commitment to these 25 days.
Okay. Outside of your 25 days of giving campaign, which I applaud, and everybody should applaud.
Thank
You
you.
also involved some artists. I guess specifically like Mexican American abstract artist Edgar Medina did a
Yes.
piece with contributions from the 22nd Latin Grammy nominees. So
Agreed.
it's a family affair.
It is a family affair. It absolutely is a family affair. How do we find ways to continue amplifying our work? And this artist, he spent the week during what we call Latin Grammy Week, leading up to the Latin Grammy show, the telecast, creating breathtaking art, and then having different artists contribute to it. Like we had artists like Juanes who contributed to it, Emilio Estefan, to name a few. And now they're auctioning this art piece, which from my perspective is priceless, given all the contributions from many artists, more than 20.
Wow.
And we're so excited to be the beneficiary of that support.
Okay. All right. How can a layperson get involved with the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation? How can we support your initiatives and your mission?
Absolutely. I mean, we're on Instagram and it's Latin Grammy Foundation. So follow us. All the information about our holiday campaign is there. We're also on the internet. So www.latingrammyculturalfoundation.org to learn more about our work. And I've also said, I'm a hands-on president at the foundation. Anyone that has any question or they want to find a way to get involved, please reach out to me directly at Tanya Ramos@grammy.com. And I'd be happy to help educate and help steward any support towards the work. There's going to be so much in terms of announcements coming up in the next few months. I want people to kind of keep an eye out for some of the exciting work that we're doing. And then one last plug I'd like to also mention. One area that we're also trying to build upon at the foundation is increasing more female participation in the music industry. And I think we recognize that there's so many examples of Latin artists, female Latin artists, that are really making such an impact. And I've also appreciated that most recently, and I'm sure you can appreciate it with Latin music, folks are recognizing they can sing in their native tongue. Many, many years ago, right, in order to become part of the mainstream, you had to be a crossover artist. That's no longer the case. So when you mention bachatas taking the world by storm, that's exactly right. And so we want to amplify the voices of more female artists and then ultimately attract more students, female students, to work with us, receive a scholarship, then ultimately be able to be part of the music industry.
Let's talk about the foundation's creation. Historically, when did it come about?
Sure. So about 7 years ago, the Latin Grammy Recording Academy wanted to ensure that we had a philanthropic arm that would enable us to really be able to support future Latin music creators. So it was established then with huge support, not only directly from the Latin Recording Academy, but many artists that have helped us from the onset, and we've grown alongside them.
Okay. It's an amazing foundation. Everything that the Grammys does in support of music is amazing. And I'm happy that, we happen to be one of the urban outlets that the Latin Grammys happen to reach out to and share information with, because we have a worldwide audience. And so anytime that you want to come back, anytime that you have something that really needs to get out to our 1.4 million listeners, I would love to have the opportunity to share that. You know what I mean?
Jerry, I'm going to take you up on that in January, because I've been teasing out some of these major announcements that are coming out.
Right.
And I want to make sure I am able to share that with your listeners at some point. So I'm going to take you up on that offer. Okay,
have you back in January. Absolutely looking forward to it. It has been an honor. Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation President,
Thank you,
Tanya Ramos. She shared some gems with us today. Look out for more. Go and check them out. If you're a musician, if you're a Latina, if you're from the Latino side of the house, go get you some support and support them.
Thank
you. Well,
you.
because they're making moves on your behalf. Music is international, and we've all reaped the benefits of, people like Tito Puente. Even in hip hop,
Absolutely.
he's contributed. Celia Cruz, Wilfredo Vargas, all of those guys have all made like huge contributions to the musical landscape across the board, not just in Latin music. So we owe a debt of gratitude to those leaders right there. So we should all support.
Agreed.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
It's been an honor.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.